Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's been long overdue. I'm gonna do an updated top 3 in every category kind of a video. I did this, I think 2 years ago. I think I did it 2 years ago, but I know I did it in my old beauty room back in Sweden, and I did actually watch this video back as I did it in 2 parts last time. I did a face part, and then I did an eyes and lips part, and then a separate one with palettes. So that is 3, Angie, if one can count. But today I am gonna put everything except palettes in one long juicy video, and we are gonna see if I have done some changes. And I can let you know, so many of my favorites have changed. And is this necessarily like my most favorite of all time, best of the best products in every category? No. I thought of this more as these are my 3 favorite foundations right now. I have actually quite a few like really good products in my collection. These are the ones that right now I trust them, I love them, I wear them not only on YouTube but outside of YouTube, and when I travel, these are the things that go into my travel bag. So I am going to be doing foundations, concealers, powders, bronzers, highlighters, like everything, and then I'm gonna do lip products and like eye products as well. But I'm not gonna be including palettes. I actually did do palettes separately last time, like my own little palette almost tag of like top 3 in every category. So I actually did create that when I did this last time, and I would link the things that I'm talking about, I will link it down in the description box in case you want to see my old favorites, and I will film that with the palettes as well, and I will have that up real soon. And if you want to see what the different categories were in the little palette tag that I did, that will also be, like I said, down below. I will try, but I cannot make any promises. I will try and link as much as possible of this because these are quite a lot of products. And if I have to divide it in any way, shape or form, the rest of it will be in a pinned comment. If there's anything you're wondering about, like what was she talking about, where can I find that, my links down below are affiliated. So if you do shop through my links, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I do earn a small commission when you use my links, when you use my codes. It really does help out. But this is going to be a long video, so we need to jump in. First one is going to be foundations, and I thought, what are the foundations that I reach for the most outside of like YouTube and on YouTube as well? This has been a very unexpected favorite. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I have this in 2 shades, Cebu and Giza. This one, it says radiance, but honestly, this is a full coverage. It isn't glowy. It dries down. It is like almost like full coverage skin-like, which isn't really a thing. And I think this one wears beautifully, looks beautifully. It looks great in real life and it looks good on camera, which is pretty rare with a full coverage foundation. And I just really enjoyed this one a lot. It has a pump. If I can open, it has a pump. It is fairly affordable. You can buy it at Juvia's Place, you can buy it at Ulta, and I bought both of these shades myself, and I really enjoy it. I truly trust this foundation. It has a very good longevity on me, and so is the next one. This is the Revlon Color Stay Longwear Makeup. This is the combination oily skin, which is what I have. I have combination skin. I'm very oily in my T-zone. I do live in a humid climate. I have this one in shade 240, which is a hint too light for me now that I have a tan, but overall I love this foundation, and I'm actually looking into getting this one in a second shade. This is a very skin-like medium coverage. It's very gel-like in the consistency, and this really does look like your skin, but you're just having the best skin day ever. It wears amazingly. You do not have to babysit this foundation in any way, shape or form. Just thinks it's amazing. And this one is probably my most used, my most favorite foundation of all time. And I don't talk about this enough, and this is the Fenty Ease Drop. This is a light to medium. You can build it up a little bit, but I would say this is a light to medium, and this is a matte finish. This says that it is like a blurring light, is it called a skin tint? Yeah, a blurring skin tint. And I would say the blurring comes from that it is a matte but not flat finish. But this is a light coverage matte skin tint. If you are looking for a skin tint but you don't want that super glowy, oily, dewy, greasy that some skin tints are, and if you're also combo skin and you're looking for something that is a light coverage, I cannot recommend this one enough. This is the one that I trust the most. I can use this one a full day out in the sun and I still will look good. This looks great on me. I have shade number 9 and I have shade number 8, and these are almost out. Absolute favorite. I think these are amazing. And when it comes to concealers, I am 39. I have a lot of fine lines and creases on my under eyes, so I cannot do super creamy concealers, and these are my favorites. And all 3 of these are my favorites for the exact same reasons. These are medium coverage. I would say that maybe this one, the one from Huda Beauty, can definitely go full coverage with this one. So this is the Faux Filter from Huda Beauty. This is the LYS Triple Fix. It says full coverage. I would say that also like a medium to full coverage. This one is more of a medium. This is a Super Stay by Maybelline. These are light, almost gel-like in consistency. This is more like a very light fluid. They are thin under the eyes, still you get good coverage, so you don't have to use a lot, which means that you also don't have to use a lot of powder, and these just do not crease, do not cake up, do not look heavy. They look very believable under the eyes, and these are just great concealers. If you, like me, have a lot of fine lines under your eyes and a lot of like just wrinkles and little divots where you get a lot of creasing, and if some concealers look heavy on you, I would recommend any of these. I think they are great. I forgot to talk about primers. The last time I did this, I did not mention a single primer because I was not a primer girl when I was living in Sweden. Because in Sweden, in a non-dry, non-humid climate, my skin was very normal. I did not have any kind of problems with oiliness or anything like that. But here in a humid climate, I do get problems with oiliness. So I do have my 3 favorite primers that I use to make sure that my makeup stays on for the entirety of the day. I do really like the Milk Hydro Grip. This is a mini. This is my second mini. I used up one of these minis and then I bought a new one, and as you can see, I've used quite a lot of this one as well. I do think that overall this one and the e.l.f. gripping primer, they're fairly similar. I do think the e.l.f. gripping one though is a little bit more on the sticky side, which I don't think matters that much since you're putting foundation on top. But overall, I think this one has a little bit more of a sophisticated formula. But then I have 2 mattifying primers, and these are just great mattifying primers. This is the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pure Smooth Blur Drops. This is a mattifying one. This comes out like a serum. You can see it comes out like almost like a white serum, and I think that this one is great all over the face if you want something that is gonna keep the oils at bay but still not gonna feel like super drying or heavy on the skin. I don't know if I know anything about the blurring part. It does feel a little smoothing on the skin, almost a little hydrating, but still it keeps my oils at bay and it elongates the longevity of my makeup. This one that is the LH Cosmetics Matte Attack, I love this primer and I used one up. And this is my second one. So I did get one, I think I got one in PR and I used it up and I bought a second one myself. Let me show you how this one comes out. And this one is more of a putty. I kind of actually think, like, I wish that they would put this in a jar instead. I think it would be easier to use. But this is like a putty, and this one I don't put all over my face. I just put it in my T-zone and I work it in, and then I just use foundation on top. And this one really keeps the oils from coming out, elongates the wear time of my makeup. And this one I use in my T-zone if I'm gonna be outdoors with makeup on. I just really think that this helps. Now let's talk about some powders, and these are my absolute favorites when it comes to powders right now. One of them, let me actually mention this one. I don't feel like I talk about this enough. I do travel with this one quite a lot and I do use this one quite a lot, but I don't feel like I talk about it enough. And I feel like I've been trying to pan this other powder that I have that is really nice but just the wrong color. But this is the Kaleidos Symphony Face Illuminator in medium. Oop, I just put my nail in it. That's not ideal. That's my nail. Boo. Love this one. This is a matte but not flat. There's a little bit of give to this one, which makes it extremely flattering under the eyes, and it just gives that brightness. It brightens up your face if you want to use it. Like, you can use it, for example, like here around your nose, and it's like matte but not completely flat. Yeah, you can see that it did matte this down a bit, but it didn't make it completely flat. It just, there is a little life to it. And it's not heavy, and it looks great under the eyes as well. But my absolute favorite throughout years and years and years, and this is my backup. I just used up the other one, and I have a powder that I'm trying to use up, and when I've used up that one, I will open my backup. So this is my backup of the NYX HD pressed powder in banana. I have been using this for so many years. I'm not gonna open my backup right now because this is probably like my 8th or my 7th. Like, I've used up so many of these throughout the year, and I'm fairly sure I did mention this one in my like last top 3 in every category. But this one is beautiful under the eyes, or just to mattify, or just make certain parts that look a little too shiny less shiny. I love this under the eyes, I love this in the T-zone, and I've used this for so long, and I do have a little bit more of a golden undertone in my skin, so something that is slightly yellow like this works great, but it also comes in a couple of other different colors. So this is my 3rd powder, and this is definitely something I bought after I moved to Texas, after I moved to a humid climate. This is the Nikia Joy setting powder. This is her like matte setting powder. It is truly a beautiful mattifying powder that makes your skin feel and look matte but not heavy. Some mattifying powders, like, you can feel the moisture being sucked out of your skin, and it's almost like, you know, you feel like it's a little drying and you have to wait a bit until it sets in. This one is beautiful. I can even bake with this in my T-zone if I really am worried about my skin getting oily. If I'm gonna be like, I don't know, a barbecue outdoors and it's like 105 degrees, it happens here. This one, like, I can even bake with it in my T-zone and it still doesn't feel heavy, but it just keeps my face from being a greasy, oily mess. I think this is a beautiful powder, and if you have combo oily skin and you haven't tried it, maybe you need to. When it comes to bronzers, I immediately took out 2 different ones because this is super easy for me. This is my favorite bronzer ever. I've used so much of this, and this is my favorite cream bronzer ever. And I wonder, am I gonna hit pan on this soon? Because I can see the pan. Oh, you can see the pan too, right? Like, you can see the embossing of the pan. This is the Sunstalker bronzer from Fenty. I have mine in Private Island. This is the perfect shade for me. I can sheer it out when I don't have a tan, and I can build it up when I have a tan. It has a golden undertone that is not too orange. It is just perfect for my skin tone. I love the formulation. I love everything about this. The compact is beautiful. Everything about this is wonderful, and I love it, and I use it so much. And when it comes to cream bronzers, the Rare Beauty cream bronzers really are beautiful. I have it in 2 shades. I have the Happy Soul, which is more of the one I have when I have a tan, like right now. And then I have the Power Boost, which is more when I don't have a tan, but you can tell, like, this one is like almost like my skin tone right now because I do have a little bit of a tan going on. These are beautiful. They're definitely worth the hype. They're so easy to blend, and you can really draw on straight from the stick. But then I was thinking about like my 3rd bronzer. I was thinking, do I really have a bronzer that I use as much as I use these, especially that Fenty powder bronzer? I couldn't think of one, and then I was like, you know what? You know which one I've really been enjoying, and I've been using this so much these past 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest, pretty much every time I've been doing my makeup, I've been using this one because it is so good, and this is my new favorite, and I already know this is the cream bronzer and powder bronzer duo from Give Beauty. You can see the dent in that one. I've been using this non-stop for like 3 weeks, I think. I'm wearing it today. It is just a wonderful formulation, and when I did my rankings last month, I did put this pretty high up. Overall, I'm so impressed with the cheek formulations from Give Beauty, and this bronzer, it quickly became a favorite. I mean, I'm using it today, and I can already tell that this is going to be something that I am going to use intensively to the end of the year. I think this one is wonderful. I have mine in Toastin. I just think it's beautiful. Again, it's what I have on my cheeks. I love this one. And now we're getting into blushes, and I love a sheeny blush. And I will be honest, when I reach for a blush, because I've been reviewing a lot of blushes lately, when I'm reaching for a blush and it's not a cream, because I don't reach for cream blushes as much, and I'm gonna be almost cheating a little bit when we get to highlighters, and I'll explain why. The ones from Oden's Eye, these are the Solmåne Sunlight Love Blushers. The two that are shimmery, which is this one that is the Rosate Glow, which is the warm pinky. It has a glow to it. It's like, it's not a satin, it's like a little bit more than a satin, and then it's sienna luster, right? Yeah. So it's the wow, you're really showing it off here. It's like two peaches, one leaning orange and one leaning pink. These are beautiful. They are sheer, so they don't like look weird on the skin. You can build it up, you can have just a sheer layer. They look absolutely amazing on the skin, and I love these, and I've been traveling with these, and I reach for these when I'm not in the process of reviewing a blusher. I absolutely love them. And I also cannot deny the way that I have been obsessed with the Colourpop blushes, especially this one. This is in Playoffs. This is the weird collaboration that Colourpop did with the High School Musical. But this like muted red, it's so beautiful, and I really do like the Colourpop blush formula because it is sheer again and buildable, and you can use a little or you can use a little more, and I just think they're beautiful. And I love these like cardboard packaging with the soft touch. I think they're amazing. I also have this old Colourpop blush in this one. This I have in the My Little Pony packaging, but I did remove the My Little Pony and I did put the So Retrograde here, which is one of my favorite blushes. And again, I think Colourpop makes really good blushes, so those are some of my favorites, which is also nice because there are like a little bit more on the affordable side. And then I'm gonna be honest, this is one of my most used blush formulas outside of YouTube, and I have to mention how good these shimmery versions are from Pixie. This is the one from the Hello Kitty collection. This one is called Friendly. So this is the Friendly blush. This is a shimmery pink. If you want a highlighter blush hybrid, these are so good. They're available at Target as well. I will link them, like I said, wherever I can fit them, either in the pinned comment or in the description box. This is the glowy pink one. These are a blush and highlighter all in one. You can build them up. They have a beautiful formulation. And this is the one in Peach Dew. This is more of a peach one, and these are more shimmery than the ones from Oden's Eye. So if you're really looking for a highlighter blush hybrid, these are so well formulated, and I wish that they would have a million colors of these because they're so good. So this is where I'm cheating a little bit, because when it comes to highlighters, I have to mention the Charlotte Tilbury, like the poofy highlighters. But some of these are more, again, a blush highlighter hybrid. So I feel like both this one and the Pixie one, I could have easily put them in either the blush or the highlighter category. But I love these so much. And you can see, this is my Spotlight. I've used this so much, and I also really love the ones that I have in Pillow Talk, but I haven't used them as much as Spotlight. And then again, this is me cheating because this is the new one that I bought, and this one is in the shade Pinkasm Sunset, and this is more of a blush on me, but if you have a deep skin tone, this will be more of a pink, again, highlight the blush situation on you. On me, this is a glowy blush, but I've been using this so much. I brought this one to Vegas when I was traveling, and I honestly think that this one shows that Charlotte Tilbury can expand on this formulation with the glowy highlighter poofs and make glowy highlighter blushes. And I really hope she makes even more of these in more poppy colors, because this one is a smash hit, and I reach for this formulation all the time. This one was mentioned in last year's favorite, and this is one that I still love so much, and this is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow. I have mine in, I think, Champagne Glow. It is one of those like clicky pens, you know, the Tarte does, and there is a highlighter at the end. You can even just use it like this, or you can use a brush like this. I've also used that. You can use your fingers. It is a cream highlighter that blends in beautifully with the skin. This is a more lit from within glow that just looks absolutely amazing. No glitter particles. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I think this is probably the best product I've ever tried from Tarte. I think they made this product deserves more hype. This is great. Honestly, great product. And last highlighter, nobody is surprised. I just picked up one of my favorites here. This is the Super Shock formula from Colourpop. I really do like the Super Shock blushes from Colourpop as well, but I don't like the Super Shock blushes in matte as much as I do the shimmer, so I thought I'd not mention them here because I never reach for the Super Shocks in mattes. Like, I never reach for them, but the Super Shock highlighters are probably my favorite formulation of all makeup of all time. Really, really love them. I think they're beautiful on the skin. They work for me with a brush, with a finger, with a sponge. I think they are the kind of formula that you can build up and make it blinding, but you also can make it a bit more subtle. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. They have so many different colors. This is from Winnie the Pooh collection. This is 100 Acre Wood, which is like a yellow, not necessarily a champagne. It's like almost a pale yellow highlighter. If you have a golden undertone like me, this was a beautiful one. I think this might be discontinued, but overall, the Super Shock highlighters by Colourpop, I just love them, and I've been loving them for years. And I do think, if I'm not mistaken, I do think that I did mention these as a favorite in the last iteration of this video as well. Now we're getting into some eye products, and nobody is surprised when I'm saying that my favorite eye primer of all time is the Sigma eye primer stick. But I was actually out, but Sigma had a sale. Man overboard, so I bought 3. Well, one of them is on the floor. This is the eyeshadow base primer in Ignite, and I love this product so much. It is a stick like this, and you can just twist it up, and I just use it on my eyes, blend it out with a brush usually. You can use a sponge or like your finger as well, but a brush works great. And I just go in with my eyeshadow on top. There are 2 other primers that I've really been enjoying as well. I've been going through all of my primers, and I've realized that even though I like a primer that emulates the way that a concealer feels, I've realized that that's not my favorite type of primer. I actually like these type of primers. This one is from About Face and has like a little doe foot like this. This one is a sheer coverage, is just a little bit of a coverage, and I really like this one. About Face you can find at Ulta. You can also find the Milani eyeshadow primer at Ulta. This one, it cancels out everything on your lids, and it's perfect when you're doing super dramatic looks. These are, you can also do super dramatic looks with these. It is more with keeping the eyeshadow from creasing, elongating the wear of it, and also making it easier to blend. So if I'm doing something super dramatic, I'll use this one. And if I'm doing something that's not as dramatic, I do like both of these. I think they are also the perfect eyeshadow primers if you're not doing a dramatic look all the way up above your crease, because it doesn't like look weird as like you blocked out your eyelids. So that helps a lot. I like all of those. When it comes to mascaras, 2 of my mascaras are the exact same mascaras that I had last time. The Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. I love a elongating mascara that keeps a curl, and this one is just beautiful. I love this one. I love the wand. It is a thin plastic wand. I think this mascara is amazing, and for me, this makes my lashes look incredibly long, like just really nice. I don't want a volumizing mascara. If you want a volumizing mascara, you might not like any of my mascara tips. This one is beautiful. I also did say the Maybelline Sky High last time, and I do really still like that one, but I used it up and I didn't repurchase it, and I haven't felt the need to repurchase it before I started looking what my old favorites were, because I also have this one, and this is the Tower 28 mascara. And this is very similar to that. I mean, this is more expensive, but I will say this also has something else going for it. This also has plastic bristle wand, which I love. This is elongating, but it also is a little bit more volumizing than the Bad Gal Bang. So this is like curling and elongating, but also slightly volumizing. Not too much, just a little bit. And I think this makes for really good defined great lashes. And then this one, this is a backup. I don't have any of these in rotation right now because they are in my empties. This is the More mascara from We Makeup, and this is pretty similar to this one, but this is even more, not so much about the elongating. This just gives the most dramatic, pitch black separated bent lashes ever. It's just a mascara that makes your lashes look like wow. Those lashes look great. Really, really like this one. And again, I'm not gonna open this one now, but as you can tell, I love it since I have a backup. I do think that this mascara is amazing. We Makeup is an Italian indie brand. That mascara is just so amazing, and I think I have more than one backup because I really, really love it. I want to quickly mention some eyeliners that are my favorites. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised. These are the ones I use the most, and these are the ones I always travel with. So this is actually the Neon, I think it's called Lime Green Matte. That was hard to read. This is from Sephora collection. Oh my god, this one needs to be cleaned. This is an amazing eyeliner. Maybe I can clean it on the back of my hand. Oh my god. Poor eyeliner. But it's just a great matte lime eyeliner. I think it is amazing. And then it is Colourpop Prance. This has been my favorite for I don't know how many years. And they did re-release it now with a new formulation that is waterproof. This has been my favorite eyeliner 6 years, 7 years. I don't know. I've loved this one longer than I've loved my husband or even known about my husband. Love this eyeliner. I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy it's back. And then actually this is one of my most used, and this is from Oden's Eye. And this is the Solmon eyeliner, and this is in Milk White. This is the white one. This one you have to go over your waterline more than once, but it is totally buildable. I don't think it's tugging in my waterline at all, but first and foremost, it lasts on me beautifully, and I love a stark white waterline. It's just something that I like. I think it's dramatic. I think it looks good. I keep getting comments of people saying they hate it on me. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to force you to have it, but I love it, and I really love this one for it because it lasts on me, and you can tell that I love a matte, light waterline. These are my favorites right now. And then let's do false lashes. I have been only doing half lashes for the past couple of years. I've realized that now this hood that I have going on here in the inner part of my eye, it just doesn't look good with a full strip lash. I mean, I'm trying another pair of half lashes on today. I did film this look. It's already live on my channel. I will see if I have space to put that in as well, but it's a full face of trying new makeup. It's already live on my channel, but I realized that a full strip lash just doesn't look good on my somewhat aging eyelid anymore. So I have been solely into half lashes, and these are my favorites. I've been using the Vive smoky ones so much. Long, dramatic half lashes, but still they're so easy to put on. They're so durable. I use them so much. I really need to buy a couple of new ones, but I think that these are amazing. I absolutely love these. I also have these from Bright Lashes. These are my absolute favorites. They're the Flutter ones. These are also used. I've used them a couple of times. I think these are amazing. They're also easy to put on. They last for a really long time. Like you can reuse them a couple of times. And they are flared and open up the eyes, but they're a little less dramatic. So you can get away with them if you have a less dramatic eye look. I think they're amazing. And one of my newer finds are these from Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Lash in Kush. These are not half lashes, but they are a strip lash, but they are so flared, so cat eye, that it was so easy for me to like just cut off like 1.5 centimeter and make them into a half lash. And these are beautiful, and these you can find at a drugstore, and they're just so beautiful. I will definitely be buying more of this Kush lash because I've been using it so much as of late. I probably have used this pair like 12 times. I think it is an amazing lash, and it was an instant favorite that I have just not been able to put down. Had I not had a new half lash to try today, I would have had that one on for sure. And like I said, I will do a separate one with eyeshadow palettes, and I will have that up real soon. Now let's get into lip products. I did do a couple of different categories for lip products because we have different needs and different feels of what we want. Let me start with lip liners. I have 3 formulas that I have been reaching for the most this past time. One of them is a specific color. This is the Lady Bold by Too Faced, and this is in Badass. This is a My Lips But Better. This is also a Click Up. This is My Lips but slightly more neutral and almost like a hint lighter. This is a perfect lip liner if I want to do like it looks like I just have gloss. But I don't have a super defined lip line, and I also have a lot of, you know, fine lines and stuff like around my mouth. Again, I'm 39, so this one just keeps any lip product within my lips without making a darker lip line. This is the second one of these that I'm going through. I think it is a beautiful formula, beautiful packaging, wonderful color. Unfortunately, it's not enough product in this one, but I love it enough to rebuy it because I thought it was just such a good one. I also really love the ABH lip liners. I have quite a few. These are my most used ones. It is caramel and hazelnut. Hazelnut is a little darker than my lip line, and it's a beige lip liner. You can see how much I've used that one. That one I have sharpened so much. Caramel is like a terracotta beige. It is the perfect lip liner when I want to make sure that the like lip gloss or the lipstick that I'm putting on top is gonna keep staying warm, but I don't want a dark lip liner. I love them both a lot. And this is a fairly newly found favorite. And this, I like the formula, but most of all, I love the color. This is a muted red, and this is from One Size, and this is the Lip Snatcher in Out of Line. And this is like a muted red. There's just so many times where I want the lip liner in this color that is not a beige, not a pink, not a peach, but also not a dark brown or a bright red. And it's just the perfect like muted reddish lip liner when I want to have a defined lip line, but I don't want it to be too bright or too dark, and I really like this formula. Now to get into lip oils. I'm putting this in a separate category because I've been using lip oils like there is no tomorrow, and I am going to mention 3 specific ones. And this is the Lunar Beauty one. This one is in the Kiss Me. I think this is the one that has the watermelon, right? Smells a little watermelon. I love this formula. They smell beautifully. They have a really nice component. They wear and look super glassy and juicy on the lips. Just think that he did a smash hit with these. I think this is my most used one, the one with watermelon. But I think the one that has a red tint to it that came out with the Christmas collection, I think that one is my actual favorite because it has a slight red tint to it and it is absolutely beautiful. But these are so wonderful and juicy and nourishing on the lips. The second one is a very specific color. I love the Luxe lip oils from Colourpop. I'm wearing a Luxe lip oil from Colourpop, but this specific color that is in Hot Spark is my most used one. It is a milky muted orange and it is beautiful on the lips. It gives, you can see it just gives a little bit of a muted milky, well I still had like an orange lip oil on from Colourpop. But I just really love this one. I don't know if they kept Hot Spark because I know they discontinued some shades. But Hot Spark is my absolute favorite color from the lip oils from Colourpop. It really is my favorite one. This might be my favorite lip oil formula and I only have one shade. And this is more of a balmy lip oil. It's like a hybrid between a liquid balm and a lip oil. And this is from Vive and this is the Lip Dew. I think that the packaging of this one feels not cheap, but there's something about this, maybe it's this sticker, there's something about this that just doesn't breathe as luxurious as the rest of the packagings from Vive does. It smells almost like I don't know, there's like a toasted Graham cookie or something. It's just something that's like burnt in a good way, like a little burnt sugar. Just smells very good. This is a very nourishing, comfortable, glassy looking, balmy feeling. Absolutely beautiful. I have it in Pesca, which is peach in Italian. It's a muted peach, beautiful color. Can you tell that I have a type? I can, but yeah, I love that formula and I don't think enough people talk about it. Let's quickly go from that to actual gloss. And I will say I do prefer a lip oil over a gloss, but sometimes I want that glossy feeling and I want that specific, you know, almost like cushiony. I want a cushiony gloss that makes my lips look more voluminous, and I definitely feel that this is my favorite when it comes to that like cushiony feel gloss. This is from Lawless. This is the cherry vanilla one. This is the one that has like the sheer red and it smells like a sour cherry. It smells so good. I used to get PR from Lawless, but I haven't gotten any of their last 2 releases, so I might no longer be on the PR list. That doesn't matter because now I know the brand makes really, really good makeup, and I am totally open to buying like more things myself from them. This, like, forget the filler lip gloss. It has a minty feeling. It says that it is a filler lip gloss, like a tingly one, but it is a minty sensation, not a burning sensation, and I actually love this one. It looks great on the lips. It feels great. I love the applicator. I love the scent. I love everything about that gloss. It's definitely worth the hype. Another product that I personally think is worth the hype are the gloss sticks by Makeup by Mario. I really love these. These are the ones that, like, you twist up and then you cannot twist them back down. Like, you can only twist it up. These are a soft gloss stick, so do not twist up and like you're gonna break the stick. Don't do that. Just twist up a little bit and then you use it as a gloss. It is a very soft, glossy formula. This one is in Honey Glow, which is a honey beige, and this one doesn't have any shimmer in it. I also have this one in Mauve Glow, and this one does have a little shimmer in it, and it's more of like a mauve-y, pinky one. These look beautiful on the lips. They feel really wonderful. There is a slight tingly sensation to these, but it's more like you can feel it on your lips and like there's something going on, but it's definitely not hurting. I cannot do hurting ones, but these look great. The next one is a specific color. The Natasha Denona, I think this one is called My Dream Lip Gloss. This beigey, like, pink situation. It is sheer beigey pink. It just really is the most flattering beige ever, and it is a little sheer. It is super beautiful on the lips, and it's just, there's something about this one because I have heard this one mentioned as a favorite from so many creators, and I cannot agree more. This is not only the perfect lip gloss for Natasha, it is my perfect lip gloss too. The color is perfection, and I've used it so much. It is just, there's something about this color. It is awesome. Now let's move into glowy lipsticks. And if you're wondering what is the difference between a glowy lipstick, I'm gonna show you one of my favorites here, and this one from Makeup by Mario. This is also in a stick. Well, this one, like I said, you cannot twist this up. This is literally just gloss that's just, you cannot twist it up. These you can twist up. So this is a lipstick that is a sheer glowy formula that looks almost like a gloss on your lips, but not exactly. This is more like a glowy lipstick in a stick, but you can twist it up. This one is from Nabla. This again is a newer favorite. I love this formula. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. It's called Beyond Jelly, and this is in Lunar. That's the shade I was showing. It's just a beautiful formula. All the colors are stunning, and I cannot explain to you how impressed I am with this formulation. Packaging is really nice as well. I just think they did such a good job with this formula. It honestly is incredible. Another formula that I love, and this is probably one of my most used formulas outside of YouTube, and it's actually these from Charlotte Tilbury. These are called the, I don't know what these are called, but it is in Pillow Talk and Walk of No Shame. They're like slim lipsticks. Again, you can twist them up. This is Pillow Talk, and it is a glowy, sheer but buildable lip color that's just very comfortable on the lips. It looks incredible on the lips. This is then Pillow Talk. And then my favorite is actually the more sheer, like I want to call it like a muted red, this Walk of No Shame. It's just, they look incredible on the lips. Honestly, they're so, so beautiful. And then when I was thinking like, what is my third one then if I'm doing a top 3? I picked these because these are just perfect, unique colors, and these really have the full package. These are the Gucci Glow lipsticks. I have it in Louise Orange, which is a muted orange. Again, I wear these so much as well. You can see these are like even sheerer and like jelly lipsticks. That Louise Orange is just beautiful. I kind of want to get more shades. The only thing I don't love about these, this is the full package. Formulation, packaging, colors, 10 out of 10. They do have a little bit of that like classic lipstick scent and taste that I don't love, but I think it's because it's Gucci. And this is Lynette Stone. I actually wore this yesterday when I went to the movies. It's like a, not cool tone, but there's like a beige with a very interesting undertone. And these are even more sheer, like just like a mix between a balm and a lipstick. Let me actually swatch the one from Nabla as well then, since we are here. This is the Nabla one. This is in Lunar. This one has slightly more color than the other ones. But overall, all three of these are amazing formulations that I truly love and truly adore. And I really want to see what other colors there are in this Gucci formulation, because these two colors are just so unique and wonderful. Now let's get into matte lipsticks. And here we are coming into favorite formulations and also my most used colors. Let's start with a color that I wear a lot and I love. The matte lipstick formula from Juvia's Place is still one of my favorites. I think it's absolutely amazing, and it is at the drugstore. This is Libra, and this is like a peach that I wear a lot. This looks incredible on my lips. This color is just a great nude on me. It's like a peachy beige. I just really love it. And I think this formulation is incredible. It is a comfort matte. It's very comfortable on the lips. It glides on, and I just think it's beautiful. It wears really good, but also like you can reapply it easily. I just think it is a great formulation. Another great formulation, if you want a matte lipstick, is the Give Beauty Matte Bullet Lipsticks. These are so nice. This one is in Lovable Me. These are more of a traditional matte formula. This is Original Recipe, which is the red one, the first one I bought. These are so beautiful on the lips. It's almost like they are filling out the lines in your lips. And they are not like gliding on like some of these other lipsticks. They're not that they're tugging. I think they go on pretty good, but they're not a comfort matte. But there's something about these, unless you have like super dry chapped lips, of course. If you have that, maybe a matte lipstick like isn't for you either way. But I don't have dry lips, but I felt like this was a comfortable but still full-on matte lipstick that wore amazingly, and it just almost blurred my lips and made them look fuller and smoother because of the texture in the lipsticks. Really like this formulation. I think they really have something going on with this matte lipstick formula, and this red one makes me want to wear a red lip right now. It's just such a good one, and I don't think anyone is surprised that I am mentioning the crayons by House Labs. This again is also a comfort matte formula. This is my most used one. This is, I think it's called Cranberry Current Matte. And this is like a comfort matte, and you can see this is a little bit similar to Walk of No Shame. You can see here. It's almost in the same vein as Charlotte Tilbury's Walk of No Shame, a wearable red. This is more of a comfort matte. It looks matte but not flat on the lips. I would say that this one from Juvia's Place still looks matte. This one has not a sheen, but there's something on it, but it dries down a little bit. They go on super creamy. It's really easy to paint with these crayons. I have more shades as well. This is Peach Matte. I wonder where my other shades are, because I have 2 more shades as well. Beautiful formulation. Really like the packaging. So easy to work with. So easy to put in the purse. I'm so happy they came up with more colors. They're beautiful. I just really love how these look and wear on the lips and how comfortable they are. And especially this one, the Current Matte. Absolute favorite color in my collection. I've used it so much. Okay, we're getting into the absolute last thing in this video, which is liquid lipsticks. And I really had to think top 3 liquid lipsticks. And of course, these are my categories. You can do whatever categories you want. I just wanted to pick categories that like make sense for me to talk about. Like last time I didn't do primers because I had nothing to talk about. This time I almost skipped liquid lipsticks because I will be honest, I don't use liquid lipsticks. But there are 2 formulas in my collection that I really, really do like. So this is a top 2. This is a top 2 because I only have these 2. And it is the clay formulation from Kaleidos and the satin liquid lipsticks from Earthly Cosmetics. Both of these formulations are amazing. This is a satin liquid lipstick. It is fairly similar to the satin liquid lipsticks from ColourPop, but better colors. And these are a moussey, velvety, dries down matte and transfer proof matte liquid lipstick that looks matte, feels matte, transfer proof, but not drying, crusty, crumbly on the lips. But that's it. I don't have a third one. I don't have a third, as I can think of, liquid lipstick formula in my collection that I actually reach for. I will reach for one of my matte bullet lipsticks instead. But these two I really swear by. These two are really good. These two I really do like, but that's what I have in that. But I really do like these though. I think they're absolutely amazing. And I think like the packaging of these as well, so cute. It's like a soft touch. Look at this one. This one is in Skinship. Like a really nice, you can see the moussiness of it when I do this. So yeah, those were the ones I had. And like I said, I will do a separate one just doing palettes and talking about that. And if you want to see the last one I did of the palettes, and if you want to see what favorites I had before, like I said, the videos will be somewhere either in the pinned comment or the description box. I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna look. And also let me know if you prefer this like longer version. Let me know how you feel about that. I will try and put in some, actually, you know what? I'll put in some chapters. I will put some timestamps so that you can jump between if you want to. I had a really fun time picking these things from my collection and just thinking, what are my favorites right now? What are the things that I've been reaching for either a longer period of time or a super long period of time, the things that are truly the ones that I look forward to using, look forward to bringing when I'm traveling. What are my absolute top favorites? And I would love to hear if you agree with me or if you disagree with me down in the comments. I hope you're having an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you very soon again in a new video. Bye!